Hello and welcome to McDonald's. I am Dennis Friari. Can I take your order?
Namaste. What? Why are we talking in this tone of
Next
voice?
to me is Andrew, of course. He's always here. I don't know. I might move people this time just to be funny. Jason's down there. Kevin's
Just throw us in
there.
circles.
And
I'm
Chiclet's
here.
there. I'm wearing my
Just
McDonald's.
every time somebody
That's a
yells
great
stuff,
view
we'll
from
move it
Chiclet.
all.
I'm wearing my McDonald's clothes, Kevin, because I don't have laundry done and I have no
She
clothes.
looks like she's censored by the microphone.
Yeah, it is censoring her. Chiclet, stop it!
And you know, it's ridiculous. You don't even work at McDonald's. I mean, you work at McDonald's, but you don't even work at McDonald's. They still haven't brought you back in for the training so that you can actually work at McDonald's.
I don't
It has
think
been
I
how
have.
long?
I don't think I have a job there.
Yeah,
I think they gave me the uniform.
The property back.
They made you come in and get your uniform and all of that, and they said the training manager isn't in right now. They'll be back and we'll let you know, and you'll come in. That was like a month ago.
Yeah, but I wore this outfit, came out to Andrew last night because I'm supposed to do my laundry today, but I still haven't done it yet. And I'm like, dude, this shirt's actually comfortable. But I first come out and go, hey, can I take your order? And he's like, yeah, I want this. And I'm like, that's going to be, I knew, for some reason, I still remember the prices vaguely.
From what they were, they're not anymore.
They're pretty close. I mean, they've gone up a bit, but they're definitely still close.
There's no dollar menu anymore.
There's a
They
value
can't
menu.
afford
It is a value menu.
There hasn't been a dollar menu for a long
in a very long time. Yeah.
Yeah, we're here. We have a lot of stuff to talk about because Sony had their PlayStation reveal stuff last week, which
I
revealed.
watched none of that.
Yeah, I don't usually watch them because usually the
watched
news will
all
just
of
come
it.
to me. But Andrew was like, "I got trailers to show you," and I'm like, "Oh."
Not even that. Like even after that, I sent him probably around like 10 or 15 things.
Well, yeah. Even though we
I had
follow
to
the
back
same
away from
accounts,
my microphone for that one.
Instagram's
Yeah,
all
no,
I
a
check now,
lot
and
of good
when I'm
stuff.
pooping.
The only thing I really saw was Spider-Man and
see-
Tiny Tina's Wonderland thing.
Yeah, Spider-Man. That's one thing. So I have a list, of course, but that's one thing we were talking about because, dude, Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation is going to be
Can't
awesome.
shake every time you clap.
Because my hands are on the desk. But no, Spider-Man 2, like the trailer for it literally starts with Miles and Spidey fighting, and then like you hear Kraven's voice, which no one knows if it's Kraven or not, but Venom's definitely in it, which is because what's his name woke up in Miles. And oh my gosh, Insomniac, you are great, especially because you're bringing us Wolverine.
Yeah, I was gonna say Wolverine too. Not much shown, but kind of excited because it's Insomniac.
That game's
the
probably gonna
only
be
thing they
25.
showed was like one guy and then Wolverine's claws, right? Like that was the only thing
Yeah,
for
but
that trailer.
There was so much in the trailer that people like broke down finally. Like apparently it's the actual bar that Logan owns in Madrid, or I think it's Madrid. He owned a bar at some point, and like it's that they showed poster of his bar. They showed him at the bar. They showed his total, which was when he first appeared in a Hulk comic. Like there's so many little Easter eggs they did in a clever way that like people are just like, whoa. I don't know if it's Madrid. It started with an M. I don't remember the name of it. I know the bar is called something
Montreal?
Pony. No. Something. I don't know.
Why would he own a bar in Spain?
Because he's on the run. It's Wolverine, dude. I don't question the man. I don't question him because I'll get shot or stabbed. I don't know.
Madrid is Spain, right?
I don't know.
It's somewhere for sure.
It's Madripoor.
It's literally the capital of Spain.
No, but the bar
That is not the place you go to hide when you're on the run.
The bar he owns is in Madripoor. I think that's where's that? Is that Ukraine? I don't know where Madripoor is. Is that even a place?
We live in America.
It's called the Princess Bar. Because Wolverine's a little princess.
Don't do beverages.
Oh, it's in Asia. Yeah, that's even better. Funny you mentioned that because I actually had that when I first opened up this drink. I reminded myself that I had to turn that into a shirt at some point. Is the
Beverages.
the don't do beverages kid thing. I was like that's another shirt idea we wrote down that I forgot about. But yeah, no, Wolverine, it being Insomniac is exciting because like
It's not going to come out until at least 2025 though.
I don't care as long as it comes out.
They haven't even started working on it. They're waiting until Spider-Man 2 is done.
But Spider-Man 2 looks great. The only reason to buy a PlayStation is for that and the new God of War.
Yeah, God of War. Oh,
No, I'm
I'm
good.
so excited.
It's the end of the Norse stuff, they said.
I'd imagine.
But it looks good. And I found out who Tyr is, the big giant he gets from prison in the trailer. That's the God of War in Norse mythology. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
That's why they go like they're like helping him, they save him, but he's like, dude, what you want? I heard you was the God of War too. Come on, bro. Come on. Let's fade. Where'd Kevin go?
No.
Oh, I unplugged the wrong one.
Kevin,
Nice, Kevin.
what you doing? We go fade, Kevin? We go fight? Good thing you were in the last slot because it didn't actually affect anything.
Hey, I'm here again.
I do like your background though. It looks like a home.
I know.
No offense to your
Yeah,
previous
it
one.
looks a lot better than where you
It
were.
looks like a home.
It just looks like elegant, like your bed's
previously
nice.
previously looked like you were living in somebody's haunted attic. Like
Oh.
The haunting of the Skyrim poster.
no, it's just there were always spider webs hanging down in corners and like the slanted ceiling,
Which
It
is
looked like a
weird,
slanted ceiling
Because like
there.
my backdrop's supposed to be the spider thing.
Continue. I'm still in the room. I can hear you.
Okay, bye.
Come on, Kevin.
I like that you replaced your Spider-Man poster or your Spider-Man poster, your Skyrim poster with a floral thing.
Well, that
Yeah,
was already
she's decorating now.
Good.
Well, that was already here. So,
Oh,
yeah.
Your house just came with a flower poster.
Well, we moved in with a roommate, but he used to live with his mom here.
oh, is it
Yeah,
a
it was-
home or apartment?
The apartment.
Oh, nice. Is it someone we know? Is it Dom?
No.
Is it the KGB? Is he sponsoring you
No.
for us?
No.
You're
It's just
secretly living with KGB. It's not what you think it is.
Is it Uganda Knuckles?
Yes.
Does he know the
Because
way?
he knows the way.
Yeah, this charger works fine. Look at that.
Hey, Andrew. Andrew. That's a segue.
Okay, we're here. Hi, I'm back. Everything's good.
I just want to point out that the two of you don't realize that it currently looks like you're both drinking beer.
That's why he said don't do beverages, and it's root beer, non-alcoholic. I told Andrew this morning. I'm like when I walked out there and looked at the cheer wine you got, I was like, what was it you got me? And I looked in the fridge and saw it, and then I was like, I told Andrew later, I'm like, I heard everything. I'm like, I hear everything every morning. It wakes me up as soon as if you guys walk in the door.
I know
I'm
the
like,
way.
everything is loud.
I see your Uganda Knuckles,
I know the way.
and I raise
This
you.
is my new pop filter. I know the way.
Oh, and I'm gonna go. I'm already wearing my thing. I'm McDonald's. Come on.
Do you know the way?
Yeah, it's about 2 feet to the left.
That's a wall for me.
We're all deep to the wall.
Ow!
Yes.
I raise you cat in my
This
pocket.
is how I have my
Your mic sounds so bad, Jason.
I have my iron underneath Cade, you know.
You want to talk about that cat, Dennis?
Well, when I can hear.
It's the only cat toy that his cat has ever played with.
Oh yeah, so Andrew bought this for himself.
What, the cat toy?
Yeah, the thing in my hand. He bought this for himself because he's like, I'm gonna buy your cat a toy. And then he was like, I'm like, my cat doesn't play with toys really. So he bought this for her, but used it on
He's
his
like,
shelf.
if she doesn't play with it, I'm gonna keep it.
And then I saw it, or we were talking, and he's like, I'm gonna try it. And he throws it at Chicklet. This thing was so slimy when we got it back from her. That's not even funny.
It's probably got catnip in it.
That's what I
It
said.
doesn't.
Well,
It
that he knows of. I swear it does, because like there's no reason the cat would just be doing
It
like
didn't
the
say
whole
it on
time.
the tag.
Yeah,
There's
but
other cat toys that'll say like it'll have cat.
well, it also depends on the brand. Like the brand might not put it on the tag, but like you ripped off the tag for some
I
reason.
think it was Vibrant
I
Life.
think they're required.
Like I said, I was gonna use it on my shelf.
You had cat, dude. You would have came home one day, and your shelf would have been torn apart because she would have smelled the catnip and opened that door, gone in there, and took the toy off the shelf and destroyed all your Funko Pops. That mug Jason bought you.
She'd have chewed a door. She'd have chewed a hole through the bottom of the door like a mouse.
She's like, I heard my dad talking about building me a cat door. I'll make my own.
It's okay, you got it, Knuckles. You'll be safe.
No.
But you have a picture of Chicklet
Knows the way.
attacking this last night while we were watching a movie, and she just like,
Hold on. I don't know if it's gonna be visible on the camera.
if anything, just send it to me and I'll put it in later. But it was like Chicklet, dang.
Right here.
We found a toy you like. No, not right now. We haven't even seen
No,
it.
we can't see it.
No. So bright.
It's just gonna.
You also took it with Flash.
It's a demon cat. Yeah, okay, so for DoorDash, it's like super night.
Oh, you actually take pictures of the customers' orders you drop?
There are some of them it wouldn't let me. I'm taking this off.
At night
There are some of them it wouldn't let me leave unless I took a picture.
Oh, that's
Wait,
weird.
really?
I literally just press handed to customer every time. Because
Nice
Mm.
cheating system.
well, you're
It
not
doesn't matter.
you're not like required to take a picture because a lot of times it's nighttime and they understand. And like with that one
So-
order last night where the guy told me, "Hey, leave it on my door." There was a window right there. How creepy would it be for someone that you told not to knock on your door to take a picture of your house? I just avoid
Fair
taking
enough.
pictures.
You take a picture of the bag on the ground next to like something they would recognize.
Mm-hmm. Where I was going, it was black outside.
Why are you gonna say it like that?
It was black outside. It was dark. Why you gotta respond to it like that?
I am also concerned about the way that you said that.
Double bric-a-brac.
What?
Bric-a-brac?
You think that like me flubbing and stuff has started when I met you guys? No, I've always had a
No,
problem speaking.
All his life.
Like I had a couple friends I played Destiny with for a while on Xbox, and we played Minecraft together too. And I was trying to say, hey, I said, when it's lagging, I double break a block, and I said double bric-a-brac, and that became a thing. And then they started saying wise words with finger. That's why that idea came to mind. Is because they used to say wise words with Dennis. I think Jason started saying that at one point before I mentioned it.
I don't know.
It was at the old church. It was weird.
Is this before or after?
What, the Fire Nation attacking?
It's funny that you not only mentioned the old church, but you mentioned fire, because I was about to say that I had to deal with a car fire like half a block down from the old church.
Oh, double break.
When they gave me the address and I looked it up to where I was going, I'm like, that's because I thought it was the same building. I thought it was in that parking lot behind the old church, but it wasn't. It was like a block down.
It'll be
The whole
nice.
time I'm on the way there. I'm like, they burnt down the old church.
They've been making a bunch of simulator games recently. It'd be pretty weird if they made a towing simulator.
I was gonna say, it'd be weird if
They-
they made a
they
church
have-
They
simulator.
probably do. Yeah.
They do.
Do they?
Can we make
Yeah.
a church simulator?
They're not like they're not like what I do. Like they're probably not even flatbed towing. They probably do like wheel lift towing, but still.
I feel like church simulator would work and probably get some
Yeah.
people saved.
It'd probably make some people mad, I feel like, though.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but that's mean they're doing it right.
There's no
No.
towing simulator.
Why
We
not?
need to make it.
Alright. I'll get on it. I got some kind of game dev thing.
Yeah, just talk
Nice.
to KGB. He'll make it happen.
We'll just get Unity. The
I
best
like
game engine known to man.
We can
Unity?
film with it too.
Unreal Engine, man.
It's unreal, man.
So tired.
Which one?
lately.
Which is it? Unity or Epic? Wait, which one is it? Unreal? Which one's owned by Epic?
What?
Unreal.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unreal's the big one that all the companies use. Unity is like the free.
Unreal is the
like-
one they used to make
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, most of the stuff we learned about that was from the Corridor guys. I don't know if you saw recently, they had Seth Rogen on their VFX Artist React show recently, because Seth Rogen's a fan of theirs and was like, you guys have taught me a lot of tech jargon that I use, or VFX jargon. I talk to people that I work with now. He goes, and I've been watching you guys for a while. He actually he messaged 2 of them and was like, I want to be on your show. Or he goes, hey, I want to just let you know I'm a fan of your show. And one of them was like, it'd be cool to have you on. He goes, well, if you didn't ask me to come, I was just going to show up one day. He goes, I'm a big fan. And then the other one, he messaged Nico, and Nico was like, I'm glad to hear you're a fan. You want to come? He's like, I'm so glad you asked. Yes, I'd love to come. And dude, this episode was like awesome. They broke down some of Seth's movies and some other movies, and it was just like really cool to see someone that's a little like a bigger named guy talk about stuff. And it was like,
well, it's also only Seth Rogen.
But Seth Rogen is
Seth Rogen. He was a big part of my childhood. I feel like
he did The Boys.
He's like,
he did Invincible. Like, he's big. He's one of the bigger names now in directing, especially after The Boys.
I forgot he started doing a lot of that.
Yeah, he
did a podcast about weed.
He's got that under his belt too.
That's no surprise.
Wait, does he actually?
Yeah, he announced it.
Yeah, Seth Rogen's a huge pothead.
Oh, I know. I didn't know he was doing a podcast though.
Yeah, he's probably a fan of ours. If you want to come on the show, Seth Rogen, come on, man.
Probably not a good idea.
We don't smoke on here or do anything during the podcast, but you're welcome to come. We'll talk about video games. I know you like video games. We'll talk about that show you were in a long time ago.
That's really descriptive.
No, it was the show that started his career. It was like they made a video game off of it at some point. It was like an old 8-bit game. What's the name of it? First show, Seth Rogen. It was called Canadian Actor. No, that's what he is.
Canadian actor. No, it's what he is.
Have you guys ever watched The Green Hornet, by the way?
Yeah.
No.
I like it.
It's all right.
It was good. It was a good movie.
No idea what it is.
He was in Monsters vs. Aliens?
I maintain, he voices
Isn't he the Blob?
What the heck did they call
He's the Blob.
Yeah.
So what it is he worked on he was in Freaks and Geeks. It was like a 90s or 99.
I couldn't remember what they called that slime character.
Yeah,
because it's always either the Blob, slime, thing, like stuff like that. Then I just couldn't remember what that one was called.
I just call it the dude.
The dude.
The dude.
So it's called Story Time with Seth Rogen.
What?
That's his podcast?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is nobody going to make the pun? Am I
No
going to be
pun.
forced to be the one to make the pun?
I don't know. Usually Andrew's the pun master here.
It's a podcast.
A what?
Yeah, but a pun gotta work. That's not.
It's a podcast.
No.
Oh, okay. I see. It's not bad.
Kevin, it's a little.
It's a bit of a stretch.
Kevin, it's a little.
It's really not.
That's not
one
bad.
letter.
I don't know.
Starts in October.
I gotta take McDonald's hat off.
Let's have Andrew judge it. How was it?
Solid 5 out of 10.
Yeah, it's what I would have given it.
I give it a 0 because I hate them.
Look, I was telling puns before you were alive, and I'm not that much older than you, okay?
You were walking before I was alive.
I was thought of.
I wasn't.
Weren't you an accident?
No, I was actually planned. Like they went for a kid. They were trying for a while.
I'm pretty sure I was an accident. I think I was a surprise.
Makes sense. That was a joke. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
Oh my god. It took me a second to realize what he just said. I was like, wait a minute.
So anyways, Pringles has new Wendy's
Jason,
flavors.
don't go in the darkness.
What kind of flavor?
Spicy chicken sandwich.
I didn't know you bought him a thing of that. I was trying to make this work.
He
but
said
it's not.
buy more, so I bought more.
Wait, is it like a specific brand of chicken sandwich, or is it just chicken
Yeah,
sandwich?
it's
Spicy chicken.
Wendy's. Look, it's Wendy's. It's good.
Is it Wendy's?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Wendy's. Look,
Why are you
Oh,
looking
I need
over
this
at? Why'd you look
You guys
over
are
at
on-
Jason?
because we're on the side.
You actually looked over at Jason.
Wendy's.
Like for me, you're like, is that Wendy's?
And I'll tell you this. He gave this. What'd you give this to me today or last night? Last night, right?
Yesterday or
Wendy's.
something.
Wendy's is my favorite fast food chain.
Yeah, I can't open mine because still in there.
I can fix that for you.
No. These are actually good compared to the Baconator ones.
I finished those Baconator ones off. You were like, you can have the rest and split
You
it with
finished
Jason.
them in 2 minutes.
It's now a part of my display. I'm actually
Yeah.
gonna leave this up.
Kevin, okay, so they have 2 different flavors. There's Baconator and now spicy chicken. Get
Damn it,
spicy chicken.
Baconator?
It's not good.
Get the
Is it
spicy
not?
chicken. The Baconator is really not that good.
It is when you eat a lot of them at once.
No, why? I'll just get both.
That's what you said about the red vines too. Okay, that's not how things work.
I mean, both of those are gone, aren't they?
Also, by the way, why did nobody tell me that red vines are awful? I blame the
didn't
internet.
ask.
You, all of you out there, I blame you because
What are
everybody's
red
like, red
vines?
vines are better.
Hey,
No,
hey,
red vines
hey.
are terrible.
They're not as good as Twiddlers, but they're not
Twiddlers?
that. They're not that bad. I would know because I
They're
ate half of that container.
Awful.
No,
They're
you finished
awful.
them. I finished them. They
they're
need
way too
oxidation.
You're way too sweet.
They were good. They're better than the key lime Twizzlers.
Yes,
They have like a chunk in the creamy goo.
You people are crazy.
You're
Key lime
crazy.
Twizzlers were awful.
They were. I mean, again, I'm the kind of
Hey, key
person to
lime
go,
Twizzlers.
"This is pretty bad," and then after I eat 40 of
And
them,
then
I go,
eat it.
"Hey, not bad." After
It's
you finish
okay.
them,
They're not as bad when they no longer exist.
yeah, because now it's like now I can think and recollect of what I did, and I go, I still hate myself, but I ate 40
But
of
it's
them,
done. But it's done.
and I
It's
never have to
over.
do it again.
Pass.
And then Andrew comes around and buys another bag and asks me if I want one. And I can't
Another
say
what?
no to someone offering me something because I feel like it's rude. So I'm sitting there eating 3.
In that case, you want the
It's
leftover
true.
turkey in my fridge? There's a few strips left.
How old is it?
Maybe
I actually
3
was
weeks.
considering getting sandwich stuff and just
Says it's
making
good
it
until
for
the
dinner.
end of September.
I was just gonna get lettuce and some sandwich meat and make some like sandwiches for dinner. Get like some like half hoagies.
Hey, I have a question for everyone but Dennis. Have you put butter on bread and then put cinnamon and sugar on it?
No.
It's weird.
I have made
You're
brown sugar
crazy.
peanut butter though.
He literally
people
is
are
making
crazy.
cinnamon toast crunch without the crunch.
Why
I
not
mean, you can toast the bread.
It's so. I come out of my room one day, go out there to the kitchen to make myself a sandwich or something. I forget. I think it was Pop Tart time. I come out there for Pop Tart, and this man is sitting there with.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk about popcorn or Pop Tart time? Like it is. It's like a time of like this is when you have Pop Tarts. This is the time.
I do actually
Or
schedule
Pop-Tarts.
when I'm actually like in a mode. I actually do schedule my meals like to the
But do
T.
you want the 40 Pop Tarts that are in my fridge?
No.
It's like the American version of tea. It's like the American version of tea
in your
time.
fridge.
Because they're good cold.
Which Pop Tarts?
All of them.
No. Some of them you toast. Some of them you freeze.
Nah,
You know what
freeze all
just
of
came? The urge to pee. I'll be right back.
them. You want to
You
get a
continue.
Pop Tart while you're at it?
I was going to say something very inappropriate.
Like
but
the fruity ones you freeze, and then like the
No, see, I got-
chocolatey and the brown sugar, like the pastry ones you toast.
Right now, I have peach cobbler, brown sugar cinnamon, and the caramel pretzel ones.
Yeah, no, see those are all toast.
Nah,
Those are all toast ones.
nah. I don't toast Pop Tarts.
this man puts them in the fridge? Does
Well, no. So, again, some of them you free, and now it's also weird that you put them in the fridge and not the freezer.
What are you doing in here? You getting a Pop Tart? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Pop-Tart? He's singing all my Pop Tarts.
But wait, there's more.
I have another box.
Why did you buy another box?
Good Lord, man. How are you the skinny one in the house?
Because I work a lot. I do a lot of physical work. You don't
You
understand.
know how many
Just
gallons
stop!
I sweat every night?
You know how much I did during carts? You know how much I move even with stalking? I still get about 20,000 steps a day.
How is he not fat? I sit at my desk all day.
I work fast.
Yeah, I work fast too, but I don't see any of these going away.
I used to paint and walk and move around and do a lot of lifting for people and office moves and stuff, and I was still fat.
Some of us are just unlucky. I
The
think.
second I go for an actual walk, 30 minutes a day, and then turn into 30 other minutes a day, so an hour a day, I lose 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Andrew, you're going to be a man living down by the river.
Living by what?
Living down by the
You're
river in a
living in a
van.
van down by the river.
Okay.
Sounds like the life.
Dreams, man. Dreams.
You never seen Chris Farley's old SNL skit?
No, I didn't watch SNL.
Neither did I. Now I think about
I'll
it.
walk myself out.
Bring some Pop Tarts with you.
You'll need them in the van down by the river.
Dude, legit, like he has a shelf this big. It's just stacked in Pop Tarts, and then he has a box next to it of
You're
Pop Tarts.
blocking me.
What is today's podcast?
Pop Tarts again. It's another Pop Tart podcast.
I don't know what
Pop Tarts sponsor us.
Honestly,
It's also Pop Tart roulette because they're
Sponsor.
mixed.
I could have told you which
At
ones they
least
were.
they're not the mystery flavored ones.
So when I put
I
them
never
in, actually,
again want to bite into a Pop Tart and be reminded of a Jamaican beef patty.
I'm pretty sure
That
there's
was-
some
that
in
was
there
not-
still.
No, I threw those away.
Are you sure about that?
No.
Hey, John Cena.
It tasted like ramen.
Ew.
It tasted
I
really
am
bad.
still not okay with that.
Just eat its
Well,
shit
better
behind
than
you and
bacon
don't
it.
think about it.
Tasted like cold ramen.
This is brown sugar
It
cinnamon.
was just so confusing.
So when Andrew had a mishap with his freezer because of power going out for a little while, and so I had to clean boxes and stuff, and I put those in a shelf, and then he tells me it's like Pop Tart roulette. I'm like, no, I put them in there in order of what they were. He goes, oh, I stacked them all in one stack, and I'm like, the ones on the left were your brown sugar ones, the ones on the right were the sherbet ones or whatever those were.
It's okay. You also
Cobbler?
threw out 2 Hot Pocket packets.
Yeah, I felt bad about that.
Wait, why'd you throw out 2 Hot Pockets?
Because the
they were
boxes
covered
were
in
the
ice
box the boxes I was gagging because like it reminded me of when we were cleaning out the old house after our previous roommate left food or meat in the freezer after turning the power off, and we were cleaning ice cream out of there.
Oh.
Andrew left his orange something ice cream there, and I pulled it out of the fridge and the lid wasn't stuck right, so it just fell on the floor and it looked like
Oh.
vomit. So I had to I like with the smell of the dead meat, I was like, ugh.
Yeah, no,
No, that was
can-
in the old house. That's not here.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
he was saying it reminded him. Of
I said,
that.
but when I was cleaning out your freezer, it was like the same ice cream, but it had I think it was strawberry or something, and it had chunks in it, and my brain saw that previous house, and I started gagging, and like I was like,
Nope, no, thank you.
We cleaned up one each.
Yeah, I
Actually,
actually
didn't have to deal with the flies.
well, when the ice cream dropped at the old house, I was pissed off already about like being blamed for everything, and then like I was like, you know what, Andrew left this ice cream here. I'm just letting him pick it up. It's already on the floor.
I already picked it up.
So I just took everything to
You
the
didn't
room.
have to tell me anything. I'm just like, I'm
Well, I
just
walked
gonna
out the
do it.
door. I stormed out. I was like, no, I'm done. This is my life now. It was great.
I got a direct deposit from Cash App.
What?
Not Cash App, DoorDash. I mean,
You got paid already?
got paid.
I didn't get
Getting
paid.
paid.
Did I? Hold on. No.
Figure it out later. So what other news did we have since we've gone off on all this other?
Well, I wanted to
you
give
said
you
you had
a
a
little.
bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it was all Insomniac related things and God of War.
You guys are my news source. Like,
Well, I wanted you to talk
Yeah,
about
plenty of
something.
news, but I'm just gonna be the broker if I say it. So
That
You're gonna be the
episode
what?
was called an information broker. You're absolutely correct. No,
I'm just gonna say it and let you guys talk about it if I do it. So
yeah, we have a list, but it's like kind of like what I mean by that is like I forgot the name of it, but I wrote it down as the game Jason keeps talking about. So I wanted you to talk about that a little bit. The MMO game, the one that you
What?
just
New World.
yeah, I wanted you to talk about that
Yeah.
a bit because you know something about it.
Yeah, but it's one of the, I don't know what I know. Like I played the open beta for like a few days, and like I was saying earlier, is you just can't place your finger on why it's underwhelming,
I'm right here.
but you don't feel like paying $40 for it.
Yeah,
Like it's cool. I like some of the mechanics. I like the world. I like some of like how you build your character, where you don't have a class, and you can switch up your weapons and styles without going through a whole lot of trouble to do it. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to super specific build your character, but you can still build a specific type of character, and then you can change that fairly easily. You can change your style, but it's also it's just lacking something. And
Yeah.
I really can't figure out what it is. Like the story's kind of interesting. I think part of it is it just doesn't, and it might have just been that it was the beta, but it just doesn't feel like it really plays into itself. It feels like you just exist and go do the things, you know? It's weird. Kind of interested. If I had a group to play with, I might, buy it and play it for a while, but
But
yeah.
the thing is, I've seen gameplay of it. It just does not look like an MMO I would enjoy.
It is. It's MMO adjacent. It's like in the way Destiny is an MMO, where it's not really an old school MMO. It's closer to a proper MMO than Destiny was, but it's still, which can be nice. Like it's not really. MMOs do get to be a lot with like your hotkeys and your setup and everything, where it gets really intensive. So it's like an MMO light. And like I said, it's not bad. It's got a lot of good that it can be, but it's just missing something. And it might just have been that it was the beta. But that also makes me feel like I don't want to pay for it because I played the beta.
And
Oh,
also,
like-
depends, like things change after betas sometimes. So
Yeah.
I mean, you never know.
I feel like that's the point of the beta.
Personally, Final Fantasy 14 still my favorite MMO. Really good.
I was saying to look at Elder Scrolls Online.
ESO's not bad either.
I
I've
heard
played
a
that forever.
lot of bad things about Elder
It-
Scrolls Online.
In the
I tried.
beginning, it was horrible. Nowadays, it's not too bad.
Well, that's how
Especially-
Fallout 76 was too.
Dude, the new Fallout 76 stuff is kind of cool. The creative mode that they added, essentially.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything
Yeah.
about it. I know
Oh,
you
you
follow.
can-
Worlds, right?
Yeah, you can you can edit the world and like difficulty, and you can turn on and off infinite ammo and everything. You can do a lot of stuff.
This Pop Tart went to my size.
So it's
It's
So
like
it's-
you have console commands enabled, but in their own personal world.
it's okay. I was gonna say, how does that work with like the multiplayer aspect? But I guess it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
No, you pretty much you build your own little realm server thing.
It's basically a realm, but you can do whatever you want.
Oh, yeah,
looks
I
fun.
still really like the fact that after like a year or so of 76 being out, they actually put humans into the main story of the game.
Mhm.
Like they changed the game itself
which
that they
is
released.
really, that's a lot to do if you think about it, because like the whole point of 76 was you're the only people to wake up, you and your group, and like so they
Yeah, I don't know
coded
shit
it to be just robots and stuff, and like then they go, hey, we're changing the story, kind of, but adding humans to it. And it's like, whoa, that's a lot of work to do all that, change your basically your whole story. I guess Destiny did the same thing though, kind of. But there
Well,
was
they didn't change the story; they just kind of added to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Andrew and I bought it on Xbox, and Andrew and I were license transferred at the time when we were recording it for our personal channels back when I used YouTube. For
You had a
myself.
job and I didn't have money.
Now
Now
it's the-
I have a job and you don't have money.
Yeah, but we did that, and then we played it with you. Some point this year or last year, we streamed a
Yeah.
bit, and it was totally different because we were going through the beginning of the story since we have it on PC now. We stopped doing it.
It
But
sucks because I have a brand new fun weapon in it.
yeah, I feel like Fallout, like in a way, if you think about it, like because you keep playing Fallout from time to time. Well, I guess Warframe would be closer, but I was gonna say like Fallout's your Destiny, Destiny's my Fallout. Or
No, Warframe's my destiny.
yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely Warframe. You've been playing Warframe since it launched.
Almost, yeah. Like, yeah, roughly.
Speaking of MMOs, it's kind of funny because we were talking about doing MM Old, which will probably wait until we get back, or maybe next year we'll try to kickstart that off. But there is a game. There's an old MMO that's coming back, a remake soon. It's Knights of the Old Republic.
Wait, that's the MMO?
They're remaking it, from what I understand.
Well, I thought that was like the
Knights wasn't an MMO. No.
Oh,
yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
It's a single
standalone
player.
RPG one.
I don't know.
That's the one where
No, the old Republic is still a thing. The MMO, I still have the
Yeah,
MMO.
yeah. That
Yeah,
MMO is still up and running.
Oh, Knights of the Old Republic isn't the MMO?
No, that's
No,
just
the one they're remaking is
you
just a
never
single
played Knights
player
of the Old
RPG.
Republic?
I have it.
It's so
The one
good.
with Ribbon and everything.
No,
I know
never
Riven's
played
in
either.
it. I have it on Steam,
Oh,
but I'll probably end up playing the remastered.
Isn't the remastered only on PlayStation, or is that just?
It's on
things-
PC. It's limited to PlayStation right now, so it'll be like a few months before it comes to PC.
I
So-
was just hoping it wasn't full exclusive.
Hey,
So.
that's
I'll be
fine.
playing it.
Let the
Oh, I'm
PlayStation
gonna
people
play it.
figure out the bugs for the PC people.
Exactly.
Well, they don't
I'll-
exactly translate.
Yeah, they for the most part they do. It depends on the
There'll
bug.
be there will be a whole different set of bugs for the PC.
Well,
Yeah,
sure,
so-
but I'm like main bugs, like actual gameplay issues and stuff.
Yeah, the only difference
Like, I
between
feel like could be
the only
fixed.
real difference between PlayStation and PC is probably control scheme, and I would say a lot of I've talked to this about with Andrew, like a lot of the environmental stuff based on GPUs and stuff is how much the
It's
computer
a
can
completely
handle.
different type of operating system.
No, they use the same engine usually. Like it's all an engine they build and they just make it for each console. They don't have to do as much. Like it's just a lot of control schemes they have to edit at that point.
Like, granted, there is like, hundreds of GPUs out there that they have to try to get stuff optimized for. But
Which I found that's why like if you go to Steam and you see like minimal and maximum, a lot of that is based on Steam does like a annually or quarterly or yearly something poll thing where they ask a bunch of questions and like they break like you can see the list and everyone shows like you see who plays on what and what system they're using and what games they play and stuff. So I feel like a lot of the companies use that information to help them spec their stuff a little bit better. So they could be like, okay, let's go ahead and build the system that most people are using and then we'll see how it works and then build, yeah. I don't know how, that's all
Well,
tech jargon,
They also
which,
they also just pay attention to what's on the market, what's coming to market,
yeah.
what's in what price range, what most people can and can't afford. Like there's a lot of analytics that go into deciding how to create something like that. And
Ready?
how heavy you can make it.
Ready Tech Go is already taken.
What?
So we're calling it tech jargon.
Tech
that's
jargon?
not taken.
Calling,
Tech jargon.
calling what tech jargon? You just started talking about
Yeah.
the names of something that none of us were talking
I was
about.
sorry. I was
You
staring
look
at.
that up right now.
No, I already knew about this. I was staring at Andrew. We were talking about like tech stuff, and we were talking about like one day I'm like I'd love to do like what Linus does because like, it's stuff I'm interested in too, but like a different, not like exactly word for word, but I'm like it'd be cool to do like another channel where we just do like system reviews and like gear and stuff that's not on the main channel. And we were like, let's call it Ready Tech Go. And like that was already taken. So I looked up.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Like-
I don't know if it's a YouTube channel, but it's definitely a company. So I looked into I typed in some words you could use for tech. And the first word that I saw was tech jargon. And I was like, that sounds pretty cool. So I looked it up and looked up like on YouTube the channel list, and like no one has tech jargon that has content, or no one has like a trademark or anything like that. And I'm like, that'd be cool to have our channel called Tech Jargon. And all it is just tech, like
Jargon.
words you use to describe tech.
Jargon.
Like RAM is technically a tech jargon because the real word for RAM is random access memory. Like it's technically a jargon, but I was like, we can call ourselves Tech Jargon.
Just stop saying it like that.
Tech Jargon.
Tech
Jargon.
jargon.
What's wrong with tech?
Tech.
No,
jargon.
you're saying tech.
That's how I say tech.
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 Putting such an emphasis on it. That was hilarious.
Tech. Tech Jargon.
What?
When you put the jargon in, it's just,
I paused the tech. Tech jargon.
if you're just saying tech, like it sounds like kind of slurred.
Tech.
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 Because you don't
Tech
fully
jargon.
pronounce the ch. But when you
Tech
put it
jargon.
with something,
Tech.
Tech
jargon.
jargon.
Tech. I say tech. Tech.
I feel like we all bounce back when we say it. It's like tech jargon.
Tech jargon.
Tech jargon. Tech jargon.
this, ladies and gentlemen, is why we have pop filters,
Tech jargon.
What was that?
Tech jargon.
not a pop filter.
Not a pop.
Oh yeah, we do need
What?
I smell toast. Get your
Say
I
it like
smell
that.
toast shirt.
Does anything taste like almonds?
What?
Almonds.
Almond milk. How do you milk an almond?
Oh no.
With very small tweezers.
We need to buy a bag of almonds.
Dude, almonds are pretty good.
I used to eat them by the handful.
Cashews are better though. I love cashews.
I will-
Cashews are where it's at.
They're so expensive though.
Almonds
I'll
make
You know
Cashew
why they're
outside, how about that?
expensive, right?
Oh, let's go
Yeah.
right now.
Do you know what it takes to make cashews?
No.
Tech jargon.
Cashews are literally no,
No.
they're literally the center of a very poisonous fruit.
Are they really?
Oh, Tootsie Pop.
Like if you ate the thing that cashews come from, you would get very ill.
Oh, fun.
What's the fruit? I want to do it.
What is up
I
with like,
don't remember. I just remember. I
What
don't
is
even
up
remember
with-
where I learned it. But
what is
they're-
up with
yeah,
humans and exploring dangerous things to eat
Yeah.
things?
it's like
We could-
it's like the pufferfish thing.
Yeah.
It's like literally anytime you eat that, you might possibly die or get very sick because it wasn't made quite right.
You got to figure it out, man. That's how you learn. That's how you figure it out. Is you make the mistakes, and then later you won't make those mistakes as often. Or if you do, at least you know the solution.
But you know
Yeah,
it's a
okay.
mistake.
Yeah, but like with pufferfish, like that's kind of a big mistake because that's life or death.
Gotta live on the edge, man.
You could die from
Yeah,
sleeping,
that's
man. So why not YOLO?
No, YOLO's a lie, man.
All right, Finger, I'm gonna
you
make
live
you.
you live every day.
Finger, I'm
You
gonna
know
make you
what
a
else
pufferfish. I have no clue how to prepare it.
Yo-
I-
Yodo.
you know, if I
Yodo
die,
is the truth.
if
man.
I die, it's my time.
Yodo is the truth.
And honestly,
Get your YOLO. Yodo.
I will make sure we
Yodo's
put it
where
on
it's at.
paper that if something happens, you will not be in trouble.
It was a puffer fish.
You will not have a lien on your car, Kevin. Don't
But
worry.
Kevin, just want you to know, since you're the one taking me out,
You just assume that I won't.
you got to learn how to edit because you are now officially finger.
Wait a minute. I
You
don't know
kill
where-
him, you have to take over his life, man. That's how
Quit
it
your
works.
job. You don't have time for it.
Come down here, live with us.
Live in my
Yeah.
house. Live in my room.
Move to Florida.
Pet my cat. She won't know the difference.
She really won't. She doesn't care.
Just
long as you
cat
pet
food,
her.
should be fine.
Give her some food, and I don't know where the toys over
Buy the
there.
$2 cat litter.
$2 cat litter. Wait, why?
'Cause that's what he always buys.
I don't always buy it. It's
So
just
do the
when
other 80% of
when-
cat owners, apparently.
When I buy cat litter, I buy cat litter that will, actually do something.
well, it
not
does something.
just-
There's this litter called Kitty Diggins at Walmart. It's like
Is it like that green bag?
$1.80 something.
That's
Yeah,
what I buy.
Yeah, that's my parents always bought.
everyone buys that because I work in overnight doing pets,
Yeah.
snacks, and wine.
Hmm.
So I do like three different
I don't think
sections.
I don't think
It's a
pets
lot.
are supposed to drink wine.
Oh my glove. No.
Are you?
Anyways.
are these? Is there commas or are they all the same thing?
So your entire job is to
Yeah.
stock the shelves for
Yes.
single white females over 40.
Possibly.
Why they gotta be white?
Anyways,
I
I have
like
like
wine.
I have like 5 or 6 pallets to go through every single night.
I like wine.
But yeah,
good
I
wine.
Some
have
good
to stock
rosé.
it every single night.
Some good rosé.
Oh,
I feel like that gets really easy after a while, though. It's
You
like,
want
hey,
some Stella Rosé? We
What?
got tons of them.
who?
Stella Rosé.
I like barefoot. I'm gonna buy wine.
Oh,
Don't
we
do
got- we got a-
beverages,
we
but
got a lot of barefoot oak leaf
Barefoot's
too.
pretty decent.
yeah. When
We
I
get
was
a bunch
I
of
like
those
I
every
like my
single day.
dark I like my darker ones. But
when
yeah,
I was
don't
with
do
my
beverages.
ex, she liked white wine, so I drink a lot of wine with her.
I don't like a lot of white wines. White.
Oh, white rinds.
I've come to like rosés though over time, like as a personal taste palette. Some rosé with some nice
Sweet
cheese.
rosé is nice.
Ooh.
I've come to like Virgil Root Beer, non-alcoholic, not sponsored.
You're welcome, by the way. I handed him those earlier today, and he's like, "What is this? I've never even heard of this." It literally, I hand it to him. He goes, "This is non-alcoholic, right?" And I'm like,
I gotta ask.
"It's like I know you.
There's
I
4
know you
bottles
don't drink.
and a
Why
case.
would I hand you a 4-pack of alcoholic root beer?"
I don't know.
Because he wanted to trick you. It actually is alcoholic. You now officially have had alcohol after the age of
That's
21.
what-
Like,
Wouldn't do anything,
what
anyway.
kind of terrible human being do you think I am? That I would just be like, here's alcohol, you non-alcohol drinking person.
On the scale from 10 to 0, probably about 2.
It should be 0, Andrew. He's your friend.
There's some in there. You're about a 5, Dennis. Kevin's about a 0.
Wait, what?
What?
On a,
Wait,
on,
what
a
was-
scale, on a scale of 10 to 0, does that mean 10 is a good person and 0 is a bad person?
No.
Or
On a scale from 10 to 0, 10 is 0 and 0 is 10. So 10 is not 0.
You are not making any sense. But
Some half, no matter what.
have you ever had a dream where you could and then
What's the scale?
and then you would,
What's
and
the
it
what's the
was,
scale
and-
again?
It's now going to 15 to 0, sir.
No, what's the scale again?
On a scale of 10 to 0. So does that mean
No, I'm not
At
talking about the
10
numbers. I'm talking about like what was the scale? Like what's the point of the scale? What was the big like? What's the title over the
it was
freaking bar
it was the
graph?
how bad of a person does he think I am? And he said on a scale of 10 to 0, a 2. And I'm like, but does that mean that 10 is the good person and 0 is the bad person? So I'm a 2, which means I'm like really close to the bad person, or is it still like where the high number is the
Dude,
bad.
I'm
and
pretty
the 2 would
self-conscious
make
about
me-
how I am as a person, especially around people. Like half the time I start thinking to keep my mouth shut in general and just never say another word again because I'm afraid that I'm just a jerk.
I mean, sometimes.
So, like,
It's okay. My manager goes to fist. He gives me a fist bump, and he asked me to do it one night. And apparently I didn't put my thumb in all the way, and he's like, "Don't do that. You're gonna break it." I'm like, I'm not trying to punch you.
what does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
Are you okay? There is alcohol in this.
There's not, I promise
There's
you.
gotta be, because this man is on drugs or something. He is drunk. You're gonna have to carry him to his futon.
Drunk on life, man.
Hey, you need to carry me. I'll crawl.
On a
man.
scale of 1 to 10, you're a jerk or you're not
No,
a jerk.
This
dude told me.
It's not even a scale of 10 to 1. It's a scale of 10 to 0, which means it's a scale of 11, not involving 11, and none of us know what's on what side of the scale.
So who's on first?
I'm a
What's on
5.
second, and I don't know who's on third.
If I'm 5, does that make me a 6?
What?
I don't know. It depends on what side of the scale is supposed to be.
On a
You're
scale
either
of
a 4
negative
if
2,
you're a 5. If
on a
you're
scale-
5, if you're a 5, you're either a 4 or a 6.
on a scale of negative 2 to 10, how good is this podcast?
What
Leave
are we
it in the
talking
comments down
about?
below.
I don't know.
I'm
Andrew,
hearing
get-
numbers and other various things. I am so confused.
Math is hard.
It's
Don't
not.
do math, kids. It'll
Actually,
mess your
math is-
brain up.
Andrew, you
Math
break
is
your
very
thumb. Be careful.
important. That's how you do it. You know, you put your thumb all the way in.
I put mine here.
I'm not trying to punch you.
You put it all the way.
I literally
in.
told him that. It's exactly like that. I'm not trying to punch you.
I would have told him, sorry, man. I was trying to knock you out.
No,
Mama
it's really
said
easier.
knock you
It's
out.
easier to hold something in your hand. Get that little bit of extra oomph too.
What?
You hold something in your hand, you know, when you make your fists, like a lighter or
Yeah.
something.
I don't. I just hold it.
You like get it right there behind the knuckles.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Won't even know what hit him.
Street smarts.
And then I can use the bobblehead. I can use this sharp point on it to cut your eye out.
No, punching is just generally inefficient. You run as much risk of injuring yourself as you do the person
Yeah.
that you're trying
Use
to
your
fight.
legs.
The cup. Yeah, my eye. Meow.
What is this podcast? And also, if it's a scale of 10 to 0,
It's a podcast. It's a scale of 0 to 0. It's a podcast.
on a scale of 0 to 0, how much is a 0?
About a 0.
Better 14.
No. What?
I thought my ADHD was running rampant at the beginning. I have no idea what reality is anymore.
This is a
Yeah.
podcast. This is like legit. Like my envisionment of a podcast is no notes, just talking. Like all the podcasts I've watched that have gone on for 4 hours are like that,
And it's just them sitting
and
there
you
having
can't stop
conversations.
watching.
Well, there's like
No.
there's topics and whatnot, and we have
It's
topics.
It's
and
just
those
you want to
topics
see.
follow
You
the
just want to
imagine.
see where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Like, where's it gonna end up?
We've talked
What
about it
next?
a lot today.
We got the news out of
What's
the way,
next turn it's gonna take?
and then we got the Pop Tarts out of the way because it's Pop Tart time. And
Well, let's go over. What we talked about Pop Tarts. We talked about
video games.
how to properly punch something without breaking your finger.
And we talked about the
And-
scale of 10 to 0, on which I am a 2.
You
and
got the
that
knuckles.
May or may not mean I'm a bad person. We don't know.
I'm either a bad person or a good person. Just depends on the day. Apparently, I mean, some
Okay,
days I
Kevin's
might be
a
like,
hero, so
Hey, Matrix. That looked pretty.
"Oh yeah, the Matrix trailer,
good. Yeah.
There's also the Hawkeye trailer that came out today.
where Morpheus didn't even look like Morpheus because it's a different dude." But they still got the
Yeah.
Trinity chick.
Did you guys
Yeah.
watch the Hawkeye trailer?
No, I don't really care for Hawkeye.
It was
Okay.
all right. I mean, it was like, "Hey, who's the
Like-
Ronin dude? Oh, I should probably not become Hawkeye anymore." I only
Let me ask
saw
you
the
a
first
question
10
then.
seconds, by the way.
Let me ask you a question. Do they still plan on releasing the Marvel series, like the Miss Marvel stuff?
Why?
They still plan on releasing that this year.
Okay.
So would you prefer Hawkeye or that?
Okay.
Okay.
I'd prefer more Spider-Man. Just make Spider-Man Marvel.
Yeah, just do more Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah.
Your What If Zombies episode, which everyone hated, was actually pretty decent, and Spider-Man
So I
was in
haven't
that.
seen What If at all.
Look, you don't get to talk to me about what if.
Why not? What if I want to?
Because somehow you think it's more realistic that Thanos got smooth talked by T'Challa than Howard Stark built an Iron Man suit with the Tesseract. How is that more realistic?
Man blew himself up in
Yes.
his laboratory. Thanos was
He
actually
had it for like a couple hours in the movie, and he blew himself up with it once. In the what if, he had it for an extended period of time.
How do we know? They had a conversation, and 10 seconds later, he had an Iron Man suit. It could have been like 30 seconds. You could have already had it built, but it wouldn't have made sense.
I finally watched.
How
Hey.
is it more realistic that the Mad Titan,
All right, Kevin,
whose
you wanna go play something?
family
Let them
could
argue?
not convince him that what he was
play
doing
something,
was
let them
anything
argue.
less than the absolute correct thing to do?
Can we?
There is no talking Thanos out of his madness.
Hey, so
it doesn't happen.
Peter Quill's mom called him Star Lord, and that's the only reason why the name Star Lord's out there in the universe. But T'Challa was called Star Lord, so like that also doesn't make sense. But the first 3 episodes are wait, was the third one the Doctor Strange one? No, that was
the
that was
third
the
one was the what if people died, the what if the Avenger thing
Yeah.
didn't work
What if
out.
people died? We know.
No,
No, that one wasn't bad.
Also, how is it more realistic that he just explodes Hulk? I know it's Pym, and
There's
Pym
a lot
stuff is
more
weird.
exploding in the new one.
Well, there's
Like,
a
I
lot
know
that doesn't.
Pym stuff is weird. Like that. Anytime Pym gets involved in what's going on,
Yeah.
the rest of it doesn't matter.
Well, there was some stuff
But-
like, in my opinion, like when Pym was inside Hulk. Honestly, he should be dead because of, even though he's wearing a suit, gamma radiation, and also like the rest of the people that were there should be dead because of gamma radiation that's now ingested through a smoke cloud. But the first 3 episodes, the third, they're all good now that I've like gone back and kind of like sat down and thought about them.
the first one was really fun.
I
did like the
the
first.
Captain Carter one had some cool moments, but it still was like, it was a little weird.
I loved the
one take flying
Steve
through.
the
Oh.
Peggy Steve relationship in Captain Carter. Like that was really cool. But just
But the Doctor Strange one and the
Still
what
mad.
if Zombies one are probably like, I love Doctor
I
Strange.
haven't watched them yet.
Doctor Strange is one of my
4 and 5 yet.
favorite stories and one of my favorite movies. Like I liked the first movie and I liked the animated movie they made years ago. And
It
like
was good.
they changed it a little bit for the What If one. Like it was a really cool change and it was really well done, and like it leads into possibly Multiverse of Madness movie. Like there's some people and some confirmed stuff where there's some ties between the two. But yeah, the What If one people hated on, and I was like, this was actually a decent episode.
Benedict Cumberbatch said he came out and said the new Doctor Strange is supposed to be more ambitious than Spider-Man.
Which is weird because Sam Raimi's working on that.
Wait, what?
The guy that made the first 3 Spider-Man Tobey movies, he's the one that's the he's the one in charge of Doctor Strange movie, new one.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
That's where the rumors of Tobey and Andrew Garfield started. Was actually from Doctor Strange, and then they were like, "Oh, by the way, we're doing
The rumors.
Yeah, the rumors. They're not rumors anymore. We've all seen it.
Andrew Garfield's like, I may not know anything about it, and now
on a scale of 10 to 0, how likely are you to come back? That's going to be our new metric for everything. Our new metric for anything that we rate is going to be on a scale of 10 to 0. Like any of the reviews or anything that we do from now on have to work on a scale of 10 to 0, and we don't tell anybody which side means what.
No, it's just rate our
Like, it's
podcast
just-
every week.
I'm not rating our podcast.
How good is this week's podcast?
I rate this
It's about
a
it's about a
Pop
zero.
Tart. No, a Pop Tart out of Tech Jargon.
I'd say a
Jargon.
good pop.
No, but I give it a 4.7.
I give it a 5.
I'd give it a Pringle.
I'll give it a 3.14159.
All right, thank you
give it
guys
a-
so much for watching. That's just where we end it, is on the rating. We could.
We could.
You could.
We
You
might.
totally could.
Can you slide a Pringle to my door,
We will.
Jason? I mean, Andrew?
Oh, he hasn't moved.
What?
Floor Pringles.
I'll take
Or-
one.
Hey,
They're
A
like
Pringle's a
regular
Pringle.
Pringles.
You
but
got
on
30
the
seconds to
floor.
eat it. Or pick it up off the floor, I should say. You got 30 seconds.
30. What world is at 30 seconds for you?
You've never heard of the 30, like the actual
like
rule
five-
is 30
it's the
seconds.
5-minute rule, man.
rule.
No.
5-minute
5-minute
rule. What
rule.
are you?
So interestingly enough,
5
a
days
long
rule.
time ago when I
Woo.
was in like 7th grade, I went to like the science camp, and a couple times, and
Science
they taught
camp!
us that actually in the same amount of time as 30 seconds, it has the same amount of germs that get on it. So it doesn't
Yeah.
matter if it's 5 to 30 seconds. Actually, they said it was like a minute and 40 recently. Like the
Or you
number
just
went
not
up.
drop it.
Yeah, or just, don't drop it.
Well, if you drop it, you drop it. In Andrew's case, you drop it, he's not
Good
going
for
to
the
eat it.
immune system.
Yeah,
eat
especially when
dirt.
you drop forks.
Don't
Dude,
eat
I've
dirt.
eaten dirt.
Dort.
Dort? Dort?
That
On
sounds
a
like
scale of 10
Willard
to
from
0,
Jack and
how
Dexter.
much Dort have you eaten in your life?
All of it. That sounded like Willard from that game, Jack and Dexter, the one I'm finally done with.
Did you finish the first one finally?
Yeah.
He's so happy to be done with that game.
Yeah, Jason
get
watched
all
me
the-
today, and it's horrible.
Did you get all the things for the
No.
secret ending?
That
No.
game has ruined the Wilhelm scream for me.
Hey,
It's
he's
just-
at 80%. Come on.
That game
He's at
ruined.
80% of 100% completion. Just
I
go back
said-
and do it.
So I've come to realize that I hate video games, and I run a gaming channel.
Yeah. I literally told you, might not remember this, but when we talked about the channel way back in the days of still doing everything we were doing with the churches, when we talked about doing channels like this or the channel for bio at the time, I was like, you realize that all the fun you had with video games now will be destroyed by having to do it as work.
Oh,
right?
I never liked video
Like-
games like years ago. I only played them because I like talking to people, and I don't like going out in the real world. I still get
That's
to do
why
that.
a lot of people like video games.
But
But
I've
that's
never
not-
like the only game that was interesting was Destiny, and like Destiny's not really fun anymore. So it's like I guess there's no point. So come and check out our new channel, Check Jargon. Check Jargon.
Check jargon.
Check Jargon.
Jargon.
It's where I work with what's the
Jargon.
what's the CZECH people? Check.
Czechoslovakia? Is that what you mean?
What?
I don't know. You said
Czech-
Czech.
Czechoslovakia.
Yeah.
It's
checkers.
a country. It's a country
Hold
from
on,
which
I'm
the Czech
moving
people
checkers.
are.
Check.
Did
Did they
checkers.
write? Did they write checks?
All right.
Check.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much of a Czechoslovakian Slovakian are you?
Is it a place? No, I feel like there's another
I don't know,
country.
man.
where the
Czechoslovakia.
Czech people- I don't know. I don't know the Eastern European countries so
Yeah.
well.
The only thing I know is America,
America.
and I barely know that.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of it either. What is on your head?
It's a cable.
What? Oh, right here.
Don't let
No.
Deadpool know. No, I was talking to him. He put a cable
Oh.
on his head.
Don't let Deadpool know.
You need a Deadpool for the cable.
I'm covering his eyes so he doesn't notice.
Well, we have other stuff we should film, so
We do.
because we don't have Kevin all night.
No.
He's
Like
got to be
usual.
lame and go to work.
Yeah, I gotta be.
How
lame.
dare he?
I'm happy for
I
you,
have to
Kevin.
live.
Actually, he texted me. He's like, "Hey, I might not be able to do other stuff." And I said, "He's like, I might only be there for the podcast." I'm like, "If you can't be there for the podcast, man, you're good. Life is more important.
Good,
man.
man. You gotta
Until
live.
until this pays you guys and me,
And
I don't know why I thought about
Do
paying
what
you guys
gotta do,
first.
man.
Until this pays, you don't have to be there. Well, you should be there because you want it to eventually pay you, but even then, it's
Do
not
what
for
you
that.
gotta do,
It's for
man.
making you guys content, and we mean that with our hearts. We just here to make fun content, and it becomes a
I
jab.
could not figure out what was going on in the background. I'm like, what is that in the corner of his camera? What is? And then it like jumped, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's a cat. I'm like, what is happening? I was very confused. Just looking down, I'm like, what is?
Yeah, the cat like sitting up in the window.
I just completely cut Dennis off from all the things that he was saying.
It was heartfelt. And
Eh.
now
Nobody-
I've been licking my mustache, and I feel it again.
Nobody cares.
What I want to be a mustache. It will come. Hopefully next week I'll have some more facial hair
Facial hair.
and not look like Pedro Pascal. Cat!
What?
Cat!
Cat.
Midnight, right?
No, that's a roommate's cat.
Why's your roommate's cat in your room?
Because it likes sitting in the window in here.
Mine isn't allowed to go in their rooms. It forces
just allowed
herself
in my
in there,
room.
but I don't want her in there. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. She's allowed in
She
there,
likes Matthew.
but at night she's allowed with me. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. On a scale of 0 to 10, put it in the comments what you guys think of this podcast.
No, a
10 to
scale
0.
of 10 to
10
0.
to 0.
No, it's 0 to
Yeah.
10.
No, it's
10
10
to
to 0.
Scale
When
on
did
a
it
scale
win?
of 10 to 0.
And just because
It's
10
been
is
10 to
first,
0 this whole time.
just
When?
because 10 is first and 0 is last does not mean one is better than the other.
No,
Fine.
we will give you no context for which is the
One might be better than
which is
two.
which
Well,
definition or point
Mainly
or
mainly
it's
because we don't have
timey
context to
wimey,
give you.
spacey wacy. Yeah.
I actually am starting to get a headache.
We talked about so much nonsense. It's taking.
And I don't
its
get
toll.
headaches, except for like when I don't sleep or eat.
Have you slept or eaten?
I had a Pop Tart,
What kind of Pop Tart?
blueberry without frosting.
Wait, without
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What is why?
I just wanted Pop Tart. I don't want the frosting. I want it like just the Pop
The
Tart.
frosting is so
Tap
good.
the flavor.
It's not. The
is.
the thing is just bland. It's got no flavor. Why are we still talking about Pop Tarts?
'Cause-
I buy many of things, but when I buy Pop Tarts, I just want it to be simple and not crummy all over the place. And then I could
It's
put it in the
not
toaster oven.
crummy.
Yeah, but without the you could put it in the toaster oven.
You can put it in the toaster oven with the frosting.
Yeah, but the frosting gets really hot. It burns your tongue.
Oh my! Let
On a
it
scale of 10
cool
to
down.
0, how much of a monster is he for eating Pop Tarts without frosting?
They
That's-
wouldn't sell
he
they wouldn't
just
sell
put
it if
in
other
the-
people still bought them. So I'm not the only one keeping that flavor in business.
There's a reason why they only have 3 of them unfrosted. though.
I don't want to talk about it, mister. I'm buying another box of Pop Tarts with my 40 in my fridge.
All right, quick question: favorite Pop Tart?
Blueberry.
Brown sugar
Favorite?
cinnamon.
Probably the strawberry. I eat that the most often. I put 'em in the
Blueberry
freezer.
without the
They're great.
icing.
I feel like I'm weird. I actually like.
And then like the
chocolate
brown
one.
sugar one. The brown sugar one's good too. The what one?
The chocolate one. The can't think of the name.
Chocolate
Of it.
fudge.
Yeah, I like that one, especially toasted.
It's all right. It's a little too sweet for me.
I like the mystery ones.
No.
I'm kidding. I like blueberry without frosting.
I am traumatized
Scholar.
by that. I bit a Pop Tart and it tasted like ramen. And that's not okay.
I'm pretty sure this is the second podcast that is going to have a Pop Tart logo on it.
No, 10 to 0.
0 to 10.
On a scale of 10 to 0, how awful is the idea of a Pop Tart that tastes like ramen?
6.
If you make it an actual Pop Tart, send us a box or send us one. And what we'll do is we'll buy the mystery flavors again and compare
It's
taste.
disturbing.
Make it beef ramen though. Make it the bad one.
It did.
No,
it
make it the
tasted
soy-
like beef ramen.
Make it the Oriental. What are you talking about?
Oriental. What
tasted-
the hell's Oriental
it tasted
ramen?
Yeah,
somewhere.
Oriental.
What's
tasted
Oriental
somewhere
ramen?
Yeah,
between-
why don't you
That's what
say?
it's called.
Well, that sounds horrible.
Who makes it? We're talking about like the box of ramen you buy that come with like the 50 packets. Ramen.
No,
They come with
they make a flavor called the Oriental flavor though. That's the blue one.
Well, what's Oreo? What the? That's the soy sauce one. Ugh!
They call it Oriental. Though.
Dude, whenever you microwave that blue one, I like gag a little bit because it makes the house smell.
Oh, you're talking about your super cheap cup of ramen.
No,
cardboard.
they make the actual packets of the blue ones.
Why?
It's called
Nope.
soy sauce now, but I'm pretty sure they called it Oriental
I don't.
because those were my favorite ones when I was younger.
You've been eating ramen all your life?
Yeah.
But
It's
I
not even
stopped
good
eating
ramen.
ramen a very long time ago.
You were a broke college kid since the day you were born, huh?
Well, I live with my parents. Hold on, not every day.
Just messing with you.
You
That's
live-
the whole.
you
That's
live.
the.
You live off of Pop Tarts.
No, I
ramen.
don't. No, I eat a lot of salad actually.
Salad. He thinks he's
Fridge.
better than us fat people.
Your fridge behind you, right there,
Yeah.
is full of Pop Tarts, covered in ramen and Cheez-Its.
There's bread and Oreos.
There's bread. Your diet, though, I'm gonna be honest. Your diet is like super not balanced. Like freaking
At all.
white butter bread that you put butter on and cinnamon powder.
And sugar.
You're gonna die. You are like you have an expiration date you set yourself at like 40 something,
43.
and like it's happening.
He's trying to make it come true.
And if it doesn't
Don't
happen,
doubt
I'm
it.
gonna shove a bunch of cinnamon down your throat and hope to God that it works. Bring the cinnamon challenge back.
So if you kill me, that means you're taking all my debt. Hey, you'll have a new car.
I already have a new car. I'm fine.
Wait, Andrew, can I have your car?
I mean, it's a 22 Soul. You can make the payments
I'll
on
take
that?
it. I mean, sure.
By the time you die in 20 years, Andrew, if you still have that car, it
Well,
better
20,
be paid
20
off.
years, all but 25, so don't worry.
It'll be either way. Whatever car you get in the next few years, by the time you're 43, it's gonna be paid off.
I actually
Better
kind of
be.
want one too.
You want to be a hamster?
It's not a hamster anymore.
It still is in my heart.
It will always
Yeah.
be a hamster.
Seriously.
Just because Kia's like, oh, we don't want to work with CGI anymore, doesn't mean that it's no longer the hamster car, okay, sir?
It's the hamster car.
Mr. 9 Inch Nails is my logo.
You don't have to use CGI. Just hire us. We will all dress up in costumes and drive around in his car.
There
We
is a
will
T-Rex
dance our
costume I
way
saw
into-
in my store, and I really want to get it.
There's a what?
There's a T-Rex costume.
I still want to get the elf costume. Oh, I never got to
Giant
show that, did I?
butterfly. Oh, your collection.
Oh yeah, he finally got him.
Got what?
My grandfather passed away last week on his birthday.
No, he didn't.
And these are the two things that he got.
You got Alf.
I love how he's just like, my grandfather's dead. I have a collection. His grandfather did not die. His grandfather's birthday
Not
was the
yet.
other day, and somebody gave him a new box set collection
My-
of all of them.
My mother got him season 1 through 4 as a complete box set. So he had these. These are the ones I watched when I was a kid. And I was like, can I have the old ones then? He's like, yeah, I was going to ask you if you still liked Alf. I'm like, dude, I have a $98 costume sitting in my Amazon shopping cart. Am I a fan of
Wait.
Alf? Come on, that's a question.
So, on a scale of 10 to 0, how do you feel about Alf?
I love him. Like, ugh. Look at this. Look at him eating this flower.
As
He's a-
you've
he's
been
a-
the case.
He's a. Oh my gosh! It's like things were made better back in the day.
Almost. It's
I mean,
almost like
you're
that.
not wrong.
It's like people didn't care. I mean, dude, these things have dad written on the top of them. Okay, he's my grandfather. He's not even my father. He's like Uncle Ben, though, in a way. Where I mean, he didn't tell me about great power, great responsibility, but he took on the father figure. So there's that. But
Only your father was still in the picture.
no, he wasn't. They divorced when I was 4.
Well, he was still alive. He was still around. He was
No.
distant.
But really,
Nah, Photoshop was a thing.
I saw him maybe like twice a year, and then for 7 or 8 years, I never saw him.
That's more than Peter Parker saw his father.
No, he saw Uncle Ben every day until the day he died.
It's Uncle Ben.
Uncle,
Was he
yeah,
even
but
really
in
his
the
uncle?
yeah, no.
Were they,
In the
like-
comics, Uncle Ben. Actually, there was a time where Peter was like, or Uncle Ben kept saying, Peter, like, your dad would be proud of you when he was a kid and stuff. And Peter's like, would always get upset and was like, I don't want you to tell me that my dad would be proud. He's like, I never, like, you're my father. Like,
Oh.
I want you to be proud of me. And he's like, oh,
Oh.
I always tried to not be your father. And then, of course, reversed Youngling Slayer 3000. Uncle Ben got murdered in the chaos.
You could have
What if
stopped
Star
it,
Wars
Petey.
did?
You could have stopped Anakin.
it.
What if Order 66 never happened?
What if Order 67 was just killing Uncle Ben? That's the what if series.
I don't.
Well, I mean, Anakin would have turned out completely differently if Palpatine had killed Obi-Wan. Like, that is absolutely true.
We all would have turned out very differently if Obi-Wan wasn't alive.
Yeah.
I feel like
But
if Anakin was queened by Kong.
What?
What?
Like, who was that again?
I feel like if
what happened
Anakin
to my
was trained
camera?
by Qui-Gon.
Quit back, huh?
Am I-
You're
Hello?
frozen. Hi.
I think what you said broke his camera. It was that bad.
I was sitting there like, is he just contemplating what I said? He's just standing there.
Quit back, huh? Who is that?
What is Quay by Quan? It's a new basketball player.
Quit by Quan. We watch as Quit by Quan goes in for the dunk and he scores it. I don't watch basketball.
I'm back!
Quay by Quan.
So
So
Qui-Gon
on a
Jinn,
scale
right?
of 10 to Qui-Gon.
So Qui-Gon Jinn.
The Qui-Gon trained Anakin. Well, that'd be very different because Qui-Gon was very much like
What
kind
if
of
Qui-Gon never
mixed.
died, though?
That's what I'm kind of getting at.
No, Qui-Gon had to die because everything would have gone completely different. Like, Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon.
Yeah, but
Qui-Gon.
honestly, did Qui-Gon really die? How many times did he appear and help them in the Clone Wars?
He died. He just became one with the Force.
He also helped Rey
Became
somehow.
one with the Force, and the Force is. And one with the Force.
Wait, how did he help Ray? What?
He was one of the voices
Spirit.
saying that
He
you're
was one of the-
you're a
yeah.
you're a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Which so was Ahsoka for some reason, and she was the only one that wasn't
Yeah,
dead.
she's kind of still alive.
shouldn't have been, and it was. I don't know.
Well, she also technically wasn't a Jedi anymore because she even said, "I'm no longer a Jedi."
Yeah, it's like she never actually left the Force, and she never came back to the Jedi. Like, I don't know. She was
Star
the
Wars
first, and
stepping
so
up.
far, she was the first, and so far only canonically gray Jedi.
Star Wars.
But that's the other thing is like it's entirely likely that if Qui-Gon had survived, the gray would have come a lot earlier.
Yeah.
Because like he was the closest thing to that of that time, and his philosophies and influence would have changed a lot of things.
Possibly for the better, though. I feel like the
I was about to say, and that might have kept Anakin from becoming what he did.
well, if I'm not mistaken, Qui-Gon also
Are you afraid
something-
of spoiling Star Wars? You could have just.
No, because it's more than just him becoming Vader.
True.
well,
like,
like from
He did a lot.
from like the extra like legends and stuff. From what I understand, Qui-Gon sensed that that the Emperor
Palpatine.
was actually the Emperor. I mean the Palpatine.
Emperor Palpatine.
He sensed that he was already the bad dude. He knew the
Qui-Gon?
Emperor was actually the bad. So he was like,
he died way before he became Emperor.
no, but
He
I'm saying
died
is
when
like
he was still a senator.
he already
Or
knew
senator.
he was like a two-faced liar. He already knew that he was like his plans and stuff were to do what he did. and like Qui-Gon, died before he could actually get out there and say anything. Because I forgot what it was that I read. There was something, like I said, it was canon stuff that they canonized, and like not canon.
I like cannons.
Kanan's dead. I guess that's spoilers since you guys haven't watched Rebels.
What?
That Kanan's
Kanan?
dead.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I don't even know who that
I'm
is.
still only a quarter way through season 2 of Clone Wars.
Nice, man. You're almost halfway there.
You're
Season
already
2.
halfway there.
I mean, you're not.
I'm not even close to halfway.
There's 7 seasons total, and you're like, I'm here.
It's like 20 episodes per season.
Yeah, man.
It's worth it though. It's so worth it.
And you know what else is worth it?
And Rebels,
The
Rebels was
Malmekian
kinda-
Alf.
And Rebels was kind of worth it too. Rebels was pretty worth it. The what was the other one? The new one where
Resistance.
there was a race resistance. Yeah, that was okay.
I'm still gonna watch all of them.
Do you remember those shows from the 90s where everything was about racers, like the Hot Wheels show and the what was that
Stormhawks.
one we keep bringing? Stormhawks. Yeah, it was like those. It was like all of those, just in the Star Wars universe.
I need them to remake Pod Racing, the game.
The game.
Just remake it for today's graphics. Be fantastic.
They won't.
Oh,
That game was
oh, oh! Make it VR.
Oh, my.
VR pod racing. Okay, I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, I excited.
But
Did
they
we
made
ever
the
post?
fighter
Did we
pilot,
ever?
so.
Did we ever manage to do the video? No, we lost the footage.
No, we lost the audio.
We lost the audio.
Because it was the first time we used that board that Manny gave us, and it wasn't set up right.
I
We
was
had
so
the camera.
excited to play that game again.
We could still film it one day
It
when
was
we
so
get back.
good.
When we get back after this month of us not being here, there's going to be a lot of new stuff, possibly. Some of it's going to be started while we're gone, because Andrew and I have pre-recorded a bunch of stuff these last few weeks that I haven't
We're
even
gonna
started.
kick our way
touching.
into the new year.
Yeah, we're going to start some new
We're
stuff.
not even gonna knock. We're just
We're
gonna
gonna be-
walk up to the front door of the new year,
We're
kick
gonna
it
be
in.
back
and
in Minecraft, hopefully, if we can
Yeah.
get the server that Kevin has
Yeah.
figured out, because I miss Minecraft.
Everything's broken.
everything
and,
is broken.
On a scale of 10 to 0, subscribe.
On a scale of 10 to 0, how
Which-
did you like our podcast?
Thank you guys for subscribing. We've had a lot of growth lately. Back to the being sincere and wholehearted about the channel. I think like 2 weeks ago we were at like 152, 153, and now we're at 159. And like it's been like yesterday, I texted Andrew first thing in the morning, "Hey, we're at 157." And then towards
Yeah,
the
he's
middle of the day,
literally-
"Hey, we're at 158."
Every single update for subscribers, he texts me.
And then this morning at
It's
2 a.m.
exciting.
This
There's
morning at 2 a.m.
people staring at us
159.
do things on screen.
I told Andrew, I
Mm-hmm.
said, once we hit 200, I'm like, that's when it's going to be like, whoa. Which is weird because the 100 mark should have been the whoa mark too. Actually, the first one should have been the whoa mark, but
Whoa.
like 200's like, whoa, now like,
Whoa.
It's like
Now
we
we're
get the
not
first
100.
subscriber and there's like somebody's watching us.
the first
Yeah, it was
subscriber was
actually-
probably
it was
my
a
6
person.
accounts, but at least the channel's not broken anymore like when Andrew and I subscribed with 14 accounts.
My other channel is.
Yeah, your shorts channel.
So I'll finish his sentence. The other channel doesn't have subscribers anymore. I
Or
can't get
ever.
them.
Actually, yeah, no, I had 14 in the first hour
They're
and then
just
it went away.
non-existent now. It doesn't even say a number or anything.
It's like Qui-Gon. Anyways, I think we should.
I
wrap
feel,
up
I
before
feel
we-
like his screen time was cut in half than original.
Okay.
On a scale of 0 to 10, how badly do you want us to kick Andrew out of Redirected?
I'll do it myself. Don't worry.
I'll see my way out. God, I hate puns.